Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. I hope everyone is good today. I don't know who that was. Okay. I got a little discombobulated there. Okay, so if you're brand new here, if you would like, follow, subscribe, comment, share, and Corbiere-Scott Designs on the following platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And for all things art and artsy, go to Corbiere-ScottDesigns.com. Like art printables, like classes, like artsy washi tape, like stickers, like coasters, all the things. So, I thought that we could take our jelly prints that we've been working with for over the last couple weeks, and we could get them into our art journals, and we can enhance some of them, we can leave some of them as is. It's the end of the year, and so we still have lots of pages to fill in our art journals, and so I thought today was a perfect day to fill up the pages. And then remember that this art journal doesn't have to be done before we start our next art journal, right? So, and I have like a idea that is coming together. It started out as a nugget a little while ago. I knew I wanted to do something a little bit different for 2024. So just know that we will still be creating in a composition book, but we're going to add a new element. And so, anyway, so here's a couple of things that I've done. So here, remember we did this page with our jelly prints, right? Where we did the strips that had like kind of fragments of things. I did a little bit of doodling here, and then I went around all of the pieces of paper and with my plastic nib micron pen, just so it would pop just a little bit. I thought about doing the edges of these strips because I thought that would give us a little bit of contrast from the background. Remember, we did a whole sheet of a jelly print as my backdrop, right? So this is going to just create a little bit of, ooh, this poor pen, it's dying, I believe. But you know, I don't want to waste any ink. So I will just continue to draw. Oh, see? Look at that. It's coming back. I think maybe I was having to draw on top of glue on this side. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I just feel like this, the addition of, remember I've said all good art needs a little bit of black and a little bit of white. Then it's going to make all the other colors pop. All of that. Perfect. I think this is just the addition of this little bit of a black. And sometimes if my pen is just not cooperating, if I just twist it a little bit, if I just twist that nib, it will, you'll get another inky spot. And I do go back and forth over my lines because that's going to give me just that little bit of definition that I'm kind of looking for. Deepen my color just a little bit. Okay, where did I start? Oh, down here. Let's finish these. Here we go. So, did anybody see the Pantone color for 2024 is called Peach Fuzz. It's so pretty. So, I have big ideas of what we can do with that in 2024. I like it because it's not necessarily a pastel. It's kind of more of, it's really quite vibrant, like a saturated pastel, if that makes sense. And that's what I like. I like saturated colors. I mean, I certainly like bright colors, but I'm not opposed to lighter colors unless, as long as they are saturated. I kind of really like a saturated color. Does that make sense to everybody? A saturated color is like, it's kind of all in, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to keep making these lines. I wanted today to be, I know that the holidays can be whatever holidays you celebrate. And even if you don't celebrate holidays, it's a kind of a crazy time, because even if you don't celebrate the holidays, you're impacted, right? There's still long lines at the post office, and there's still long lines at the grocery stores. And so all of those things impact our mental health, right? So I thought, what a better way to combat that than to just lose ourselves in our art journals today, right? So I have a couple little exercises that I thought we could start today, and then you can, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed with a house full of people or meal prep or whatever it is, you could just take a minute and come into your art journal and doodle a little bit, or like here, I could, let me find a, I'm going to come from way down here, and I'm going to make some more of these. Remember, we've talked about repetitive patterns and how impactful they can be to your art. And this one's going to go around, so it's kind of behind that one. That's kind of cool, right? And this one be a little smaller. Perfect. Now look, we could do just one over here. Taking that. Let's do one down here. I mean, this mark making could be whatever you want. I just kind of am on a kick with these kind of heart flowers. I don't know. I'm gonna make a really, really tall one here. What if we do that? Oh, it's so pretty. Right? We could do one right here. And I think with the addition of those black outlines, it makes these little heart flowers pop even more. And then here's the thing, you could go in the petals of these heart flowers and fill them in with a jelly pen or, okay, so what do we got here? So look, we could do this, right? So I just want you to see that there's like a million ways that you can enhance your jelly prints, right? I will say jelly pens are a great way to paint on top of acrylic paint. So kind of remember that. They, because they kind of lay on top, they don't compete with the acrylic paint, the bumpiness of the acrylic paint. They, and because that, it kind of, the ink kind of flows out sort of like paint, they do go on top of acrylic paint, like dried acrylic paint. I mean, you might have to go over things a couple times, but you can fill that space. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You know what? I kind of have this weird relationship with my jelly pens. I love them, then I hate them. I love them, then I hate them. I don't know. If I use them as an art tool, I love them. But to just write with them, I kind of hate them. So I'm going to set this one aside. And let's talk about these jelly prints that I have that I thought we could use as pages in our art journal. So these are the two that I did in the hotel room, right? So this one, I took that first jelly print that had big open spaces from that Joggles stencil. And then I took another jelly print that, can I tell you, was a complete accident. And those are sometimes the best things, right? So I had done a jelly print with kind of this aqua sort of color. And then I did some orange and pink on top, and it kind of covered almost everything. But it didn't cover everything. And so, do you see how here I have little bits of that peeking out? So it almost appears like leather because it has lots of cool wrinkles in it. And that aqua kind of just peeks out. And once I cut it, I started cutting bits and pieces. This pops even more because it's on the bed of this, right? So I don't know what I want to do with this one next, so I'm not doing anything because we've all had that conversation. Don't do something when you don't know because you might be sorry. Okay, here's the other one. Everybody take a drink. Here's the other one that I had started in the hotel room. So I started with my basic jelly print, right? And then I started to do, I went around all of these. This page, it's so pretty, isn't it? It's so pretty. It turned out so pretty. This page, I went around all of the major bits and pieces, right? All of the orbs, so to speak. And then in the center, oh, and then I did some line work all the way across. And that added like this amazing depth. And what I wanted was I wanted the lines to help the background recede and these orbs to come forward. And then I filled the orbs with my, all these flowers on this washi tape that was paired with the pens, remember? Because these are all the flowers that are within the writing implements. I am loving this. I'm loving the black and white juxtapose. I don't hate Kim Bowley, I'll just say that. I really liked him. We had ourselves a time together. Oh, jelly writers, jelly pens. I love them and hate them. Anyway, so I waited until I got home because then I could play with my X-Acto knife, because you know I can't have my X-Acto knife. I don't think that you can take an X-Acto knife on a plane. I don't know for sure, but I wasn't taking any chances. So I filled all of these spaces with jelly prints, and I really, with washi tape, and then I trimmed it with my X-Acto knife, and I'm kind of loving it. So, next, and I have some ideas. Like, I feel like I might want to do some more line work. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I'm feeling like maybe black to make this pop. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Remember, this doesn't have to be, see, I'm feeling like that. That'll just be easy. There we go. There we go. And it doesn't matter if you go over those other lines. I promise, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Yesterday we got this box from Jeff's boss for Christmas, and it's was these 4 fancy cookies. Like, he could order whatever he wanted, and he ordered a fancy chocolate chip, a keto chocolate chip. I don't know why. We don't do keto in this house. A gingerbread and butterscotch, which, can I tell you, was just about the most delicious. It was so good. And then a 4th one. There were 4 cookies. They were so good, but holy tamale, they were so sweet. So you guys, I'm liking that. Like, it's adding some depth to everything. That's kind of making me happy. And it's making it recede more because it's darker. So I will continue to fiddle around with that. But I wanted to share a couple other things that I've been thinking about. Okay, so I have this one. And I'm feeling like I want to come in with a white gel pen, and in the very center, I didn't taste the keto cookie because I had OD'd on the molasses, or the gingerbread butterscotch one. So I was like, ugh, I won't even taste it. I was so full. So, I have a couple things I wanted to talk to you about, though. Well, I wanted to talk about the color of the year, and I'm thinking I want to do some, because this is so mid-century, I'm feeling like let's do in the center of these, let's do these little starbursts, which were very emblematic of mid-century. Right, so I'm going to fill each of these spaces with those little starbursts. So yesterday in Stitch Along, we were talking about the best songs of 2023. So I read this article about the best songs of 2023. And you know, as always, I always feel like we need to put our own spin on things. And so I was like, well, there were a couple songs that were introduced to me in 2023. Maybe they didn't necessarily come out in 2023. So I thought that would be a cool thing for us to, like, that's something we can sink our teeth into, right? Music that we were introduced to in 2023. And it's always a time of reflection, isn't it, at this time of year? So I was thinking about artists that were introduced to me in 2023. I am a music lover. It fills the airwaves of my house, always, unless I'm teaching a class. So I was thinking about, oh my gosh, this is, you guys, this is making things pop in a way that's, oh, it's making me so happy. And I want them to look real sketchy. So I don't care if the pen bounces a little bit. And I have some double lines. That kind of makes me happy. So anyway, so back to music. So I was thinking about music that either I was introduced to in 2023, or that I had a moment with that music. So the first thing I thought of was, one day I asked people to tell me their happy song. So mine is "Oh Happy Day" by the Edwin Hawkins Gospel Singers. And it has been my song for any time that I accomplish something big in my life. Like it's just my happy song. I don't know. And you know what? Like, I remember the first time I played it for myself. Like, the first time it was a celebratory song for me. I had done a really hard thing for me. And I don't remember how that song, I don't know. Anyway, there we go. So then I was asking everybody for their happy songs, and Debbie Pack told me that her happy song was Joy, or that she had heard this song Joy by Andy Grammer, and it had just really spoke to her. And so I searched it out, And it is, if you are feeling blue, I'm telling you, listen to that song. You will feel so much better. So then that got me thinking about other music that I was kind of introduced to in 2023. So I want you to be thinking about that. Like, either music that you were introduced to in 2023, or like I said, there was a or something that was at a moment. So Peggy, I was thinking about when we were in Artsy Fartsy in Madison, and we were listening to that Spotify playlist that was playing in the store. And it was mostly Norah Jones, I believe. And so now when I'm thinking about you and creating, I often think about Norah Jones. My niece Sienna turned me on to Zach Bryan, who's a country singer who his music is very heavy beat inspired, and it's just, I just love it. Oh my gosh, you guys. That looks like a vintage Christmas card, doesn't it? But now I'm feeling like it needs something more. I don't know what. That Oh Happy Day it's just the best song. And by them, I'm telling you, okay, what else do I have here? Okay, I have this one, which, can I tell you? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. But I was really thinking about gold on this one. Oh. See, I was thinking like lime green maybe, or I don't know just yet. Gold would be pretty. So on this one, because I have all of these funky blobby shapes, I swear to God, that's it, Peggy. Norah Jones and Coffee Morning. So my niece, Emily, just turned me on to another singer called Teddy Swims. And so I was really, because we drove around a lot when I was in Arkansas in her car, and so we listened to a lot of Teddy Swims, and now he'll be on my Spotify playlist. So they talked about, in the article that I read, they talked about that the best songs for you, either like maybe that person has a great voice and there's just something about listening to it, like say Norah Jones, she just chills you out. There's a turn of phrase that sticks in your head. There's a riff or a rhyme that is unforgettable, like, no, or whatever it is. Maybe it's just catchy. Maybe it's just catchy. Everybody take a drink. And so, I hope that you'll just take that information and think of your best songs, you know? What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I have all these lists. Oh my gosh, another list. Are you ready? Favorite Christmas movies. And here's favorite Christmas movie. Look at my list. It goes 2 pages. And I don't think I even got everything. So last night, Jeff and I watched Love Actually. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. Golly, I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good. hair in there. Or maybe it's just a jiggy-jiggy, I don't know. So this fluorescent orange, I'm kind of digging that. Like it's just adding something, isn't it? And this time I'm really wanting it to kind of have some funky sketchiness to it. Remember, the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your line work will be. And that's kind of... I know, I'm kind of digging it too. It's making everything kind of... It is making it pop. So some of the paints that I used, and I think it might be the Nova paints, when I jelly printed with them, they gave my pages kind of a sheen. And so it's, like this page, you can see this does not have the sheen. This does have the sheen, and this was the Nova paint. And I'm kind of digging that sheen because it makes it feel almost plastic-like, if that makes sense. And it's just, I don't know. It just feels nice and tough. You know what I mean? So you can enhance your jelly prints in lots of ways. I put a link in today's class description caption to a class that I taught a while ago that you might want to give yourself for Christmas. It's called Glow Up Your Jellies, where I did lots of different glow up techniques for jelly printing. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so, so much. Because it's going to make that little bit of orange here pop, just that little bit more. There we go. Right? So pretty. And I love this. I love this stencil. And this one's a Stencil Girl stencil where it's just circles and circles and circles and circles. I just love it. Right? Where it's just all these intersecting circles. So I was telling you guys about favorite Christmas movies. So think about I forget how good Love Actually is until I watch it again. It was so good. But then we were talking about our other favorite Christmas movies. We have so many. Christmas Vacation is a huge one in this house. We can quote the entire movie, anyone in my family in my little family. There's this sleeper. I know, I'm kind of digging the fluorescent too. Valerie, I might have to go to the art store and get some more. Oh, look how pretty that is. I know, it's really kind of making everything pop. Can you see it? Like it almost kind of gives it like a little bit of a glow. So I was thinking about Christmas Vacation is huge in this house. A Christmas Story, Christmas with the Cranks. Those are all. But I like the oldies too. I like White Christmas. I like Miracle on 34th Street. I like It's a Wonderful Life that Jeff and I watched for the first time last year. Can you believe that? Christmas in Connecticut. Holiday Inn. There's this sleepery kind of movie that I don't know very many people saw, but it's called Nothing Like the Holidays. Oh, Dick Blick it's fabulous. There's this movie called Nothing Like the Holidays, and it's, if you get a chance, watch it. It's a different kind of holiday movie, but it's very good. And you know, I will watch all of the Hallmark ones that I can, because that's just they're just easy to watch, you know. But I will tell you, as we were watching Love Actually last night, we were like, we need to go to London at Christmas time. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. And on Christmas Day, right, Catherine? Right? That's funny, Valerie. That's funny. I know, Catherine, I want to come and I want to go to all the Christmas markets. I want to do all the things. That's for sure. Right? Okay, so you get the idea of how I'm enhancing what I have, right? But I have a couple that I just like kind of the way it looks. And so I have my Xyron Create Station, and I'm going to, like, remember I have this. Shut it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it yet, but, well, let's see. I'm going to find a different one that, oh, this one. Okay, do you remember this one? Okay, so the Creative Station is going to put Xyron adhesive across the whole, like, edge-to-edge adhesive, right? Move that to the floor. Okay, so I ran it through, and now I'm going to give it a rub. That just makes sure everything is on the up and up, right? Now, peel off the top, and I'm going to take my art journal. So let's take, say, right beside this page. We have a great big blank right here, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel this away, and you'll see that it's sticker the whole way, right? And then I'm going to stick it down and then trim away any excess, right? So I'm going to start there, and I start with like a little extra on this end and a little extra on this end, so then I have pretty decent stick down, right? And then I'm just going to push down on my page, right? Get some nice even pressure, and then I'm going to flip it over. Ooh, look at that, I drew it on a plane. And then I'm going to trim off all the excess. Let's see. It's the best way to... I'm crowding myself in. Okay. I'm going to trim here. Okay. Right? But I don't want to waste this, right? I have this whole strip. So I can, in a hotel room, I'll absolutely use my glue stick. But if I'm home, I will oftentimes use my Xyron, because I can, it's like super easy and quick. Let's see. There we go. That's some terrible cutting, but luckily I'll be able to swear. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Right? Okay. Okay, so here's this page. Shut up. How beautiful is that? That could be the beginning, or it could just be by itself. But I need to find another blank page, and I'm going to start kind of a collage page here. So I'm just going to start sticking down strips, right? There we go, right? I stuck down a strip. And then I could stick down another strip. Let's do one at the bottom. This little skinny mini, right? And I have that little bit. And any extra pieces I have, like these, I can just stick to a piece of white copy paper, right? And I can do whatever with. I can build a, this is that terrible jiggy. Let's trim that off. Right, so let's do, it can be whatever we want it to be, right? So any trimmed pieces can go on this page, and then we can just continue to grow it as we go along. I had a little strip. Oh, who knows where it is. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So then there's another whole page that we're starting and growing as we go along. Right, so look at, there's one that I did in the hotel room. So this one is glue sticked down. But I did this page because while I was in Arkansas, while I was in Eureka Springs, there was this cool store that Emily took me to, and we all bought, with her friend Jamie, and we all bought new shoes. And this was at the, look at, this was at the front door. So this store, oh my gosh, it's called Nelson's. And their slogan is, selling cool stuff for the whole family since 1975. Shut up! So then I got back to my hotel room. They dropped me off, and I was like, oh. I could do something with this, right? So I'm going to adhere this. I thought, right, Keely? So I was like, well, I could put it here, or I could put it here. If I put it here, it makes all of that orange just really pop, right? I could glue it down, or I could washi tape it down. I haven't figured that part out just yet. But I have big plans for this page. So, how are we doing on time? Oh, yikes. Okay, let's do some comfort book, and then I'll talk some more. I have so many things to talk about. Okay, there's always a path through the forest. I've spent much of my life thinking about hope. In recent years, I've spent a lot of time writing about it. Before then, I clutched hope like a security blanket. In my 20s, I had a breakdown, a fusion of severe depression and panic disorder that made me fall so hard I spent 3 years of my life desperately wanting to die. It is hard to cultivate hope in such a state of despair, but somehow I gathered enough of it to stay alive and to see a bright future. Hope can feel in scarce supply for everyone these days. Global pandemics, brutal injustices, political turmoil, and glaring inequities can all take their toll on your reserves. And yet, the thing with hope is that it is persistent. It has the potential to exist even in the most troubled times. Hope isn't the same as happiness. You don't need to be happy to be hopeful. You need instead to accept the unknowability of the future, and that there are versions of the future that could be better than the present. Hope, in its simplest form, is the acceptance of possibility. The acceptance that if we are suddenly lost in a forest, there will be a way through. All we need is a plan and a little determination. So good. It's so good. Okay, what do you say? So, Valerie, left or right? What do you think? Left. I love that one too. Right. All right. Cool. I think I just might adhere it all the way down. On the back side is what they sell It's all our kind of jam keels. It's, you know, all our kind of shoes, all our kind of socks, all our everything. They had, and it was filled with original artwork. It was amazing. It was amazing. So, a long time ago, I got, you know, sometimes things, when they're coming across the sea, take a while. And then somebody might put that, I was thinking about stapling two pegs. Somebody might stick it in a purse and then change purses and then forget to share it. And so today I'm going to share with you a postcard Lori sent to me from Portugal. It's so beautiful, and I feel terrible about not sharing it because she sent it in September. Lots of inspiration in Portugal and Spain. Hopefully this arrives before I see you in November. It did, but I forgot. Okay, so look at these gorgeous tiles. And she said it was like Portugal was filled with these beautiful tiles. Isn't that gorgeous? I had to share a little bit of a mail call. I do have more mail call on that we'll talk about on Tuesday. Well, just a sec. I don't remember if I shared Keely's Christmas card. Look at that. Look at her beautiful family. Her gorgeous son, Matthew, married the beautiful Taylor. Look at her, oh my gosh, her colors are so beautiful. Look at Keely. Isn't she a stunner? I just love it. The pictures are so gorgeous. But I wanted to share with you. I got 2 more cards in the mail. I had just checked yesterday because I had more packages to send. So this gorgeous Christmas card is from Susan Anderson. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for your artsy inspiration and for making art affordable with your downloads. Love them. You sent me a card 24 years ago. It sits on my desk as inspiration. Hope 2024 is fantastic for you and your family. P.S. I did not stamp the card insert on the back so you could personalize it and pass it on. How lovely is that? So pretty. Okay, and then look at that. Isn't that pretty? Snowflakes are kisses from heaven. Uh-oh, I tore it. What if I do it this way? This is from Jan Marie Dorsey. I'm gonna okay. Oh, that looks like some Lindsay artwork. Okay. These are all Lindsay artwork. I had major surgery last week and I'm looking at a 6-month recovery. I want to say thank you for your kind words when I order your washi tape. They make me smile and I feel so special. Love, Jan Marie. I wanted to share some of my Lindsay collage elements. Look at how pretty that is. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. So I hope that you will feel, you know what, I do think that might be the way to go, Peg. Stapling it. I have my big stapler or my tiny attacher. I feel like, because then I can lift it and then I could put things underneath it. And that might be kind of cool, right? Let's do that. Okay. Ta-da! Perfect, 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 perfect. So I want to, so these pages, this is where I was testing those pens, remember, when I was with Keely and Peggy? And so I was like, I know I need to cover that page up. Well, it leaked, and so I have a lot of page covering to do. But I'm also thinking, like, this is a great way to utilize those jelly prints, right? Here's those pens that I, oh my gosh. I want to do something kind of, I either want to do some journaling stuff in between these lines, or I'm feeling like maybe some mark making. That might be cool too, right? Oh, Keely's like, do concentric circles. Oh my gosh, and I just kept twirling it around. Those are the coolest pens. Anyway, oh, here's my, my spider web that I wrote Radiant upside down. Honestly. Anyway, I hope that you will fill in the pages of your art journal with some jelly prints, because they can be the jumping off point for more art, or they can just be themselves. Look at this. I love this. I would frame this and put it on my wall. It's so pretty. So think about that. Your art journal is a place to experiment and play, right? But we want this art journal nice and fat. Do you see how you can tell the pages that don't have a lot of artwork on them because they're not wrinkly and full of color? We want every page to be wrinkly and full of color. So, oh, let me see my whole page of things. So I will be back for sure on Tuesday, because I will be needing you guys by then. I read a quote this morning that I thought fit us perfectly. Artists bring kindness to life. That's us. I want to continue to utilize my one little word, so I'm going to do some more cultivate pages in here so that I end my year on a positive note with cultivate. And I believe that I have chosen my word for 2024. Oh my gosh, all the all of the all of the Christmas movies. Think about your Christmas songs. Have an amazing Christmas, or whatever I want you to just have an amazing time, right? Just you have the power to make it amazing. So remember that. Remember that. And get out your art supplies. If you're feeling a little blue, turn on that song Joy. I swear you can't feel sad if you're listening to that. And get out your art supplies and do something in your art journal. That's what it's there for. It's your friend. It's there to, you know, play, and it's, you know, it's the best. It's the best. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. And we still have a little ways to go. We still have next week. We still have a little bit more creating to do next week. I adore you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. It means the world to me. How lucky am I that I get to share my days with you? How lucky am I? I adore you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you for sure on Tuesday. Talk to you soon, everyone. Bye.